friends, welcome! Today I'm super excited because I am going to be doing the Newbie Booktube Tag. I have the questions here and let's get this party started. This tag was originally done by Brenda C, but I got most of my information from a few booktubers that I'll link below. Let's get started. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? So I started watching booktube back at the beginning of the pandemic. We're still in the pandemic, but at the beginning of the pandemic, I started watching booktube and fell in love with it and was kind of sad that I hadn't discovered it before, and since then have been interested in starting my own booktube, but this is the time. This semester I've been focusing a lot on my writing, so if you're interested in my author dreams and reading some of my work, you can definitely find all of my social media down below, but I thought it would be awesome to also have a channel where I talk about books. Question number 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to booktube? I want to focus on making sure I talk about content warnings and my experience reading books as a highly sensitive person. That was part of the reason why I thought it would be really fun to start a booktube, because sometimes as a highly sensitive person I can have a hard time finding books that will actually be helpful for me and not harmful. So that's something that I hope to bring to my booktube, and just cozy fun reads and a passion for reading. I am also Black biracial, so I hope to bring some representation in that sense as well. Question number 3. What are you most excited about for this channel? So I'm just excited to make all the content and talk about all the books with you all, and I'm hoping to do a few things in relation to book adaptations and things like that, so be on the lookout for all of that new content. And I'm excited for the community as well. I hope to create a community in this space, so welcome. Question number 4. Why do you love reading? Well, I love reading for 2 reasons. 1, because reading is a form of escapism for me, is a form of a de-stressor, and I love escaping into different worlds outside of my own, especially because we live in a world that is not ideal. Number 2 would also because I love to write and create worlds, and so reading is the next best thing. I also think reading is power, and I do want to add that I think this is why a lot of the books that I read are going to be books that are not super intense, and this is also probably why I don't read a lot of nonfiction, because books are supposed to be an escape. Question number 5 is, what book got you into reading or series? So I grew up reading, so I don't really have a specific book that I think started it all, but the two that I'm going to talk about series-wise that I remember very clearly are the Magic Treehouse series. Loved those. And I have to mention The Pinderwicks. The Pinderwicks by Jean Birdsall is a book series that I'm going to mention a lot. It's about 4 sisters, and the first one is about their summer vacation and a mysterious boy and their dog hound and 2 rabbits, and it's just a lot of fun. It reminds me a little bit of Little Women, and I grew up listening to these books on audiobook and love them dearly. Question number 6 is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? So I have a lot of favorite booktubers. You can check out the ones that I subscribe to on my channel, but the people that I really want to shout out here are number 1, Jessie from Jessie the Reader. I started That was one of the first booktubers that I started watching, and I love all of his content. And I also want to mention Jess Owens because her content is amazing, as well as two people that I've followed recently, Ashley from Bookish Realm and Joel from Fictional Fates. And the questions that I would ask those booktubers would be around editing. What are your tips, advice, software that you recommend? And then also I would love to hear any advice around growing your audience as a BIPOC and someone who's making a lot more unique content. And thank you all for inspiring me. Question number 7 is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? And I think for me that I've gotten over like the first big hurdle, which is actually publishing a channel and not just, videotaping it. But I also think that now editing and growing my audience and the schedule of, putting out videos are going to be my next biggest challenges. Question number 8 is, when did you start reading? So I think I already mentioned that I grew up reading, and I was blessed to have a childhood filled with reading, and I have consistently read over the years and collected books, as you can see. So I don't really have like a specific date of when I started reading. Number 9 is, where do you read? And I will read anywhere, but I do like to read in my Papa-san chair or before I go to bed. And the final question, question number 10, is, what kind of books do you like to read? So I love to read YA contemporary, YA romance especially, and I love cozy books with good representation, really. And I also will read some sci-fi and some fantasy sometimes, and I have lately been getting into rereading lots of my childhood favorites, so middle grade favorites. Well, those are all of the questions, friends. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and click the notification bell so you can get notified when I publish more videos. I hope to be putting out more content very, very soon. So again, thank you so much for subscribing and watching. Down in the comments, let me know, what was the book that started you on your reading journey, if you can remember. And thank you so much for welcoming me into this community. As always, keep resisting, resting, and finding joy. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.